What's up, guys? It's Pixelated-Apollo. Thanks for stopping by and welcome back to the Seven Kingdoms mod for Total War Attila. Today we have a massive battle between the two Baratheon boys. We got Stannis and Ranely, and this is a bit of a what-if battle. Now, there's going to be some spoils in this video, so if you haven't seen Game of Thrones and you're planning to watch it, you might not want to watch this or just, skip straight to the battle. But here we go. So here's the what if. What if Renly, back when, this is, we go back where Renly and Stannis, they have their armies ready to go. Stannis is greatly outnumbered, and there's probably no way he could achieve victory against Renly. So he does the whole Daemon Baby thing, and Renly, gets killed. Let's just say that the Daemon Baby thing didn't happen, and Renly is still alive, and they are about to do battle on the battlefield. So we can see that we're on the coast here. So Stannis, he got his army from the ships. He's ready to go. Now we're trying to recreate it a little bit, so you can see here that my army is a little bit bigger than Jackie Fish's army, just to try to recreate the scenario. But the quality of the armies are about the same because we had the same amount of money. So even though he doesn't have as much troops, he put a lot of his chevrons and upgrades into his forces, so they're probably better in combat, 1 versus 1, but I'm gonna have to rely on my numbers to defeat his forces. So let's go ahead, look at the army comps, and then we can get this one started. I believe it starts pretty soon here, but starting with my army, Renly's army, I have 4 units of the Baratheon longbowmen. Pretty cool. I like these banners here. You see them? Each unit's like, they both have 2 banners. Sometimes they're both the yellow sigil, and sometimes they both have the green sigil. It's really cool how they mix it up. It's not the same. So this one's yellow and green. Let me show you. There's got to be one that's just like both. Actually, they're all yellow and green, but if you look here, there's 2 yellows. I don't know. It's just like, it's cool to see the variation. But anyways, moving on. The rest of my army, I actually have a ton of heavy infantry. So the Baratheon heavy swordsmen, looking pretty cool, well armed, well trained, hopefully achieving victory here today. And the back lines, I'm going to be using these guys as a bit of a meat shield and a supporting unit. I have some Baratheon swordsmen. These guys are light, pretty crappy, but they'll do their duty. And then on the flanks, I've got about 6 units of Baratheon medium swordsmen. So I've got them on the flank because I assume that they can move faster. So I'm going to try to push and break through his lines. And then I have about 4 units of Baratheon heavy spearmen, which are going to help in the cav engagement. I've got some Baratheon heavy cavalry. I got about 6 units of heavy cavalry, and over here I've got my general. This is Renly, just watching over, staying in the trees. And then on this side I actually have some light cav. Let me go ahead and show you really fast. Yep, here's the light cav, Baratheon light cavalry, which are actually pretty good, which you'll see in this battle. I don't want to say too much. Let's move on to Jackie Fish's army. This will go a lot faster because it is a smaller army, and the skirmishing has begun. Dragonstone longbowmen, and then back here he's got mostly heavy stone swordsmen. So there we go, look pretty cool. So he's got like 2 rows of them. Pretty nice. Lots of chevrons. And then he's got about 4 units of Dragonstone heavy spearmen, and he's got about 4 units of Dragonstone heavy cavalry. And here is Stannis the Manus over here. God, you gotta love Stannis. Alright, so let's go back to the start of this. So here we go. I decided to attack him because I do have the numbers and I don't want to sit back and just skirmish. I want to get straight to the action, straight to the slaughter. So yeah, here we go. The archers are pretty much even, so really no advantage here for anybody. I think I'm using standard shot. I didn't switch to heavy shot because I wanted a faster rate of fire to take out his archers. There we go. And I'm actually running up my light infantry first, just so they don't take a lot of fire. They're running by the archers, so they don't want to get caught in the crossfire. So I'm moving them up, and if Jackie Fish decides to go after my infantry, that's okay. That's what these guys are for, because let me remind you guys, the longbows in this mod are crazy good. Crazy good. So here's Jackie Fish's point of view. So you can see my forces moving forward, ready to take this. So he's trying to reload as quick as possible. I think he's using standard shot as well, just looking at the rate of fire. He is now falling back his archers, getting behind his line. He's got his troops in shield wall formation, which always looks cool. And now my light infantry is coming up this way. So my strategy here, if we look at, oh, look at this. This massive forces moving forward. So yeah, my strategy here was to try to trick him into thinking I was charging in with my light infantry first. I was not going to do that. I'm simply using them as a meat shield. There goes his secondary line forming shield wall. So I'm going to get super close to his forces. I am now running up my infantry. They are eager to taste blood this day. And they're standing right in front of them, just kind of taunting them. They're going to form back into normal formation here. The archers are still firing. That's a pretty good position for the archers. So there they go, taunting each other like, you peasant scum, you traitor, you're a traitor. And now I'm moving up my heavy infantry, and this is where the units begin to clash. Let's go ahead and witness this epic infantry collision course here. So there we go. The Baratheon brothers are slaughtering each other. Now, of course, Renly had more support. And we're just going to quickly zoom over here. I actually don't have infantry fighting right there. That's kind of crazy. And more and more infantry fighting this way. Let's go ahead and kind of zoom out here, see what the Cav is doing. The Cav have not engaged. I am pushing up some of my light Cav on the flank here. So I've got my skirmishing Cav. And I think my favorite thing about this mod, and it's kind of crazy because it's like, it doesn't really do a ton for the mod. It's more of a visual thing. But the icons look so good. They look fantastic. Here comes more troops charging in. So I'm trying to break through his flanks. He's got some reserves protecting his flanks. And I've got my troops kind of pushing around this way. Here we go. Here comes another charge. Break through the Baratheons, or, well, Stannis Baratheons, the Dragonstone infantry. So this is my medium infantry. He's got his Cav kind of waiting up here on the hill. So they're moving out. Looks like he's going to look for an opportunity here to try to get a hammer and anvil. Oh, let me pause it, guys. Let me pause it, because I don't want to miss this. Check this out, guys. Alright, so he's chasing down my light infantry. Okay, unfortunately, we missed some of it, but look at all the dead Cav here. This is from my light Cav. Check this out. We'll see if we can... Watch this. They've got the Javi capabilities, and we took out that unit to pretty much low health. Yeah, they're down to 14. Look at that. Okay, here it comes. Oh my god, that is disgusting. So yeah, light Cav, man. Skirmishers in general in this game are so, like, I would have brought all light Cav if I would have known they were that deadly. But here comes the heavy Cav charging into each other. Let's go ahead and do slow motion because there's some action going on over here. Jackie Fish getting some good hammer and anvil on my infantry. And he's going to disengage because I do have some reinforcements coming this way. I'm moving out my heavy Cav as well. So yeah, this mod's really interesting when it comes to like balancing. And it's just, you don't expect infantry to be so good, but they are amazing in this mod. In fact, it's almost better to have more infantry than Cav, I think. I feel like Cav, they're not as OP compared to like vanilla or Medieval Kingdoms 1212. So it almost seems like having better infantry is a better way to go. But here comes some spears. They're going to support in this Cav engagement. Let's go ahead, slow motion this battle because, you know, I love to do that. And we'll get some good, you know, shots of this front line. Let me go ahead and slow down my camera and just kind of zoom in here. Well, you know what? Actually, we'll do normal speed. Look at this fight. And the Dragonstone infantry, they are holding. And check this out. Here's that gap, a wide open gap. He's going to be able to flank around and cause some damage to the rear of my infantry. So that is not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. I was not aware of that gap. But again, I do have my light infantry here sitting in reserve. And also, remember guys, that we're playing with huge armies. So we're going to make some micro mistakes here and there just because there's so much to manage. But I am charging in my swordsmen here, the light Baratheon bannermen. So they're going to flank around and try to support my infantry that is now surrounded by Dragonstone heavy swordsmen. Here they go. Come on, boys. Get in there, even though you look like a bunch of peasants. Okay, not exactly, but, you know. They don't look that intimidating with the lack of the shield. Alright, so I do have some troops breaking, probably on the front lines. I'm doing alright over here. My numbers are looking pretty healthy, and the cav engagement is going my way thanks to the amount of cav I have and the spearmen who join in the fight. Jackiefish now throwing in some of his heavy swordsmen into this fight. They're now engaging some of my spearmen. Go ahead and get rid of the HUD here. Pretty nasty fight. It's pretty... you know, in this dark weather, it's kind of hard to tell, like, who's who. But over here, I've had some pretty great success with my cav. I destroyed his cav, and now I'm going to do some hammer and anvil into his infantry. He forms shield wall, braces for impact, but we still get some pretty good damage. And I'm going to charge in more cav this way, get more hammer and anvil, and hopefully break the will of Stannis' infantry here. So we got a pretty close fight over here. Some of my heavy spearmen. Spears are actually really good at holding the line. I destroyed what was left of Stannis' cav force, his cavalry force, and I'm now flanking around with my cavalry. Again, looking for more opportunities to flank around and get some good hammer and anvil. I'm charging back here, taking out some of his archers and his heavy swordsmen. And on this front, it's just a big blob of troops still going at it. Still trying to take out his cav. Infantry still holding their ground. Got a lone horseman back here. Looks like he's fleeing. He's like, I've had enough of this. It breaks my heart to see my people kill each other. But yeah, he's doing a great job of just cutting down my infantry. As you can tell, he's won most of the fight on the front lines, but I still have a lot of cav flanking around and a lot of infantry still going strong. My spears. I love these helmets. Look at these helmets. Pretty fancy. Oh, we got another flank coming in. See, okay, let's do some slow motion here because I want to show you exactly what's going on. Let me just show you this. Actually, let's see this charge. Oh, wait, why'd you guys stop? Oh, you're turning directions. Okay, there's more swordsmen in reserve. Anyways, all right, so slow motion here. Let me show you what's going on. We'll tab out, look at the tactical view. You can see here that I have a lot of troops flanking around, doing some hammer and anvil, a lot of cav. My general's even kind of doing some cycle charges against some heavy infantry. Over on this flank, we're really massing up a lot of troops, and again, I have some heavy cav ready to charge into the backs of some heavy spearmen. But in the center, Jackiefish is winning this one. So I've got a good control on the flanks, but in the center, it's not looking so hot. So let's tab out of this, and we'll head back to normal speed. So it's really a battle of who can win their flanks the fastest and then support the other part of the army that's struggling. So I need to win on the flanks and support my center lines, and Jackiefish, he needs to win in the center and support his left and right flank. But look at, I've got more cav just charging in the backs of the Dragonstone infantry, but they are not wavering. They are not breaking. So it was a little frustrating, just getting all these cav charges and not really doing a ton of damage. I was feeling really good about this battle once my cav was able to break free and go into other, spots of the battle. But then at this point of the battle, you see the balance of power? It's now in favor of Jackiefish's army, which is really concerning. So I'm desperately just trying to charge and take out as many of this infantry as quickly as possible. Again, a very underwhelming cav charge there. Not doing a lot of damage to these Dragonstone heavy spearmen and swordsmen. And here comes Jackiefish, sending over the troops who were victorious in the middle, trying to reinforce. He does have some Dragonstone who are breaking, finally breaking. But he's got a lot of infantry ready to flank around my position. There he goes, charging in. Right into the side of my infantry. I'm going to send down some cav to support him, though. Come on. Hold your ground. Renly is kind of running around, just, you know, doing his thing. Charging in. Unfortunately, general bodyguards, they don't have lances. So I don't think their cav charge is as deadly. But yeah, I'm just trying to soften up their forces, trying to support my troops who are holding the line over here. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, geez. Okay, so Jackie Fish has sent over more and more of his troops to take out my forces. It's still fairly even, but yeah, he's flanking me a ton. So my troops are not looking good over here. Get some nice duels over here. Yeah, take him out. Uh-oh. Someone's sleeping on the job. Floating in the air, sleeping on the job. So he's got my spears surrounded over here. So I'm kind of beating him on this side, but he's beating me on the other side. Look at this. Look at this. I've got this unit. They're fighting back to back, taking on 2 units. 2 units of heavy cavalry. And they are, well, they're just now wavering. They're exhausted. They're shaken. But for them to fight on for this long is just insane. Look at these guys. Look at them. Never surrender. They believe they're fighting for the true king, the one true king. I love the setting sun in the background there. Still not breaking. I had to retreat out of there. Finally, they actually break when I dispersed from that fight. But Jackie Fish was sending up more infantry to try to help the cav. And then over here, we'll zoom in the front line here. I still have cav running back and forth, doing cycle charges, not really having an effect though. Just not able to cut down those Dragonstone infantry. And a lot of his Dragonstone infantry, they're pretty depleted. I mean, there's a couple units that are pretty healthy. But I'm doing everything in my power with this leftover cav to cut down their infantry. Nice charge there from Renly. Come on, Renly. You can do it, I believe. But you would think that would break them instantly. I mean, they're down to 75 men, originally having like 113. You would think with that cav charge, it would break them pretty quickly. But it just wasn't getting the breaks. And let's see, it looked like I defeated some of his infantry over here. I'm going to continue to attack the backside of his forces, continuing to run around with cav. And this is an extremely close battle. The balance of power is pretty much still the same from the last 5 minutes ago. And this is a small unit of swordsmen holding back some Dragonstone infantry. There's so much blood in my eye. Did you hear that? That's awesome. Oh man, I love it. It's just zooming in and listening to the soldiers say random stuff. You'll get some funny, pretty funny conversations. Here's the charge here. Again, doing another hammer and anvil with no effect. Stannis' men, man, their morale is just too damn high. They believe they're fighting for a cause here. And I've got these Dragonstone infantry surrounded. You can see my infantry in the front line here. They're trying. They just... Oh, nice. Nice kill. Oh, the guy kicked him in the... Oh, and then chops his head off. Kicked him in the crotch. That's one way to take out an enemy. All right, let's see what's going on the other side. And just look. This battle is so divided now. It's a battle of 2 flanks. A battle of 2 brothers and 2 flanks. I believe this is Stannis' company here. His bodyguard. Trying to get rid of my infantry. And unfortunately, my infantry is having a pretty tough time. Look at this. He's also got my my spears here surrounded. Spearmen just hold for so long. Surrounded by an ocean of Dragonstone swordsmen. But they fight on. Let's see. Oh, no, they broke. Okay, so they don't fight on. They drown in the ocean. Yeah, so what we were trying to do here is that Jackie Fish, he was trying to win on this flank, and I was trying to win on this flank, obviously. And whoever would win their winning flank first would probably win the battle. And I just was not having any luck breaking these bastards. Here comes Renly for another hammer and anvil with no effect. Didn't hurt their morale, didn't do anything. And we've got a couple troops fighting up on this hill. It's not looking great for these guys, but that's okay, because I still have a lot of troops down there fighting it out. Look at that. That's pretty cool seeing them from a distance. Got a lot of my cav in there. Alright, so if we head over this way, look at this. Stannis' flank has been victorious. He's still fighting one of my units, but he's just like, what's the point? I'll just send one of my units to take care of him. And I'll continue to march the rest of my reserves. He's got them marching slowly forward because he, you know, obviously he doesn't want to make them too tired. He just now decided to rush them in to quickly end this battle. You can see their infantry running by after a long, tough fight. Here comes the general trying to close in on Renly, trying to kill his brother. I'm going to charge in some of my swordsmen there to try to stop him from attacking Renly. Where is... Oh, our general's fallen. Oh, no. Our general is probably because I was trying to get him... I was trying to pull him out of that fight. Whenever you pull out Cav in Total War Attila, they usually lose a lot of numbers there, which is kind of silly because Cav was really good at doing cycle charges. But yeah, and I'm trying to push forward some Cav, get a charge here, take out what's left of his infantry coming in to support. Come on, I gotta break them. But with the death of the general, it's not looking great. Oh jeez, that guy got wiped off his horse. No guts, no glory. So there we go, another cycle charge, just doing everything I can. Trying to break down his infantry. This is a painfully close battle. And we kill Stannis. Both generals are dead. And to be fair, nobody wins this battle. Because if you're looking at this as a what if battle, then both Renly and Stannis are dead. And most of the Baratheon soldiers are dead as well. So House Baratheon is looking pretty rough at this point. I mean, that's why civil wars are just so bad, because it makes you so weak from, you know, outside invaders. There they go. Here comes that swordsman charging up here to finish the job. And yeah, I think it's fair to say that with the amount of troops that Jackie Fish has here, that this one is pretty much game over. Got a small handful of Baratheon soldiers still fighting, even though their king is dead. I mean, honestly, all of them are fighting with both of them being dead. So yeah, it's probably best that Stannis went with the whole Daemon Baby thing. Because I don't think he could afford to have a battle before trying to invade King's Landing, even though that wasn't successful. Spoiler alert, sorry. But yeah, I do have a unit of infantry that were victorious. Again, they're not gonna like save the day or change anything. I've got this one unit of spearmen, I believe. No, it's actually swordsmen, and they just broke. So yeah, that's pretty much the battle, guys. Let's go ahead and fast forward here. And really what's going to happen here is that he's going to charge this unit. I wasn't going to give up just yet. I wanted these men to go into glory, you know, try to redeem their brave fallen general, or king, I should say. So what happens here? Stannis' bodyguard ready to charge in. I'm in shield wall. And they break. They break as soon as they got close. But that was a really cool battle. Just massive amount of troops. That battle line in the front line was pretty impressive. I was winning on the flanks, but I just could not break them quick enough. Honestly, if I could go back, I would have just spent more money on my infantry. I just feel like my infantry was just too weak for Stannis' Dragonstone infantry. So let's go ahead and end the replay and look at the results here and see how everyone did. So Renly actually doing pretty good, just short of 200. A lot of my heavy swordsmen, well, it's a bit mixed, but some got, well, 235 I think is the best, 82. Let's see, actually, is that my medium? I think that's my medium swordsman. My heavy swordsman, or no, maybe, I think that's my heavy. I don't know, we'll figure out once this completely loads. But yeah, overall, looking at my stats here, okay, this was my heavy infantry. They did terrible. My cav did, look at that, my cav did terrible. Honestly, my cav did really bad for being able to run around and get so many hammer and anvil strikes. But my light cavalry did pretty good. I mean, for light cavalry, that's pretty solid. They're pretty cheap. I'm definitely going to invest in them more often unless they, like, you know, balance it out, which I wouldn't be surprised. The archers did really well. And then, of course, God, look at the kills with the infantry. Just look at the amount of heavy swordsmen. Just going with that heavy swordsman spam and just wrecking my life. His cav didn't do great, but they didn't have to do great. His archers didn't do as well as mine, but that's okay. Again, his infantry saved the day. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully, fingers crossed that this mod will come out from closed alpha, and then all the, you know, everyone can give it a try. I think it's coming close. I think they actually recently updated it where they added some pretty cool cav effects. So I think the next battle will see that update. So thanks again, guys, for watching, and I will see you next time.